his left, Jess on his right. Hey, hold up, don't start a fight. He's got you covered with all the sports. Don't fret, he's wearing shorts. It's time for Waking Jake in the morning, Waking Jake at night. Jake sucks.
Holy cow, good morning, Bakers. What is going on, everybody? I don't have the chat open because I'm a human idiot, but I'm getting there, and I'm excited for it. I think we stumbled into a fun pupisode today. First of all, let's get a couple things, and the biggest thing, it is big, beautiful baby David's birthday. Claps in the chat. How you feeling?
Pretty good. 1 year away, so that's good. Yeah.
Well, I want you to clarify 1 year away.
Everyone knows when you turn 25, that's when you lose. I don't know if that's appropriate for the show, the joke I've been saying.
In 1 year from today, BBD will be making love. Could be your marriage.
I've always been told.
Could be a wedding. We don't know. We don't know what a year from now holds. 2-4.
Yeah. Dreading 25 besides the fun stuff, but
so, and I think I've laid this out for you before. 25, you're right. There's that instant moment of like, holy smokes, I'm closer to 30 than 20. But man, you've heard me say it, so you know I'm not blowing smoke. Like 25 through 28 is a wheelhouse. That's a wheelhouse, and I'm excited.
Everyone's doing different stuff. I was nervous going 22 to 23, and that was fine. I ended up liking 23 more than I thought I would. 24 I'm cool with.
Yeah.
Because it was basically the same as 23. 25 I'm nervous about.
It's
and like
just,
26 to 29 I've like mentally prepped for when that time comes.
I'd say 25 is like an initial speed bump. It's going up the roller coaster.
It's the first time you really got to think a little bit, I think.
Like you're going up and you're like, okay, this could suck. What if this sucks? This could suck. What if this sucks? And then you go down the roller coaster and you're like, this is a blast. This is a good time. So happy for you. I guess our All-Star celebration will be part of BBD celebration of your life.
Yeah.
And death. Play it safe. Cover yourself on both ends. Oh, Zendino the Great, obviously, with the birthday donation in the chat. The best. Happy birthday, Davis. Any other birthday stuff?
Not really.
Family din?
We talked over the weekend about trying to do something yesterday because the Yankees were going to play late. So I was like, I don't know,
right.
Dinner's on the table, but it's also, yesterday was Wednesday, and we just definitely didn't talk about it.
Right.
So it didn't happen.
Yeah, that's...
Maybe something Saturday night.
Okay. Exciting. Yeah, it's so funny how crazy our lives are getting that, like, my mom sent a very casual and nice... Like, hey, just got tickets to Labor Day at the stadium. And I was like, okay, I think Jess has a bachelorette. I think we're supposed to start beach week that week.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that later. All right. Happy birthday, BBD. The Bakers are excited, and I love that. BBD, we normally start out with the game of the night, and there's a game that you and I are both very passionate about. We gave out a trophy last night, right?
Yeah.
Those were those tweets. I can't believe they did it again. The Tampa Bay Lightning beat the Montreal Canadiens. The gentlemen sweep, the 4-1 series set. The Canadiens had a few things working against them. They didn't have like a real home field advantage, home ice, I guess is what you call that in hockey. I mean, what do you say? I mean, Vasilevsky's standing on his head. He gets the shutout. The only goal is Ross Colton in the second period. And I mean, what a goal by Ross Colton. I don't know. People are excited about this. I feel like we have a weird kind of gentle connection to Tampa with Yankee spring training being in Tampa. Like Jess is kind of from Tampa, so I get a little more of it. Phil Hughes, just a weird one.
Does he have a reason for that?
I don't know. I've never inquired.
Because he's a California guy, right?
California guy,
He's
Yankees,
California.
Twins.
Do you just like go to Lightning games during spring training?
I have no idea. We can ask.
We have that ability.
Can ask. So sorry to the Canadiens. I think when this series started, no Canadian hockey franchise has won in a long time. And I think I did see them get dubbed on the interstate. I think the Canadiens Twitter account tweeted something like, congratulations, but, they have like 17 trophies or something. And Tampa, I believe Tampa I think it was another account replied like, yeah, our first season was in 93. We've won the last two, so kind of eat bugs about it.
They had a team that hasn't won in like forever too.
So
feels like a thing.
Huge. There's the whole Stanley, they like the salary cap thing. Their best player didn't play and came back. That kind of sucks.
They kind of got him.
Doesn't
for free.
feel great, right? Doesn't feel great. So great job, the Lightning.
But I feel like hockey kind of like always has a weird quirk thing like that. Like it's not like disrespectful to the legacy of the game. I feel like they always get like weird stuff. Weird roster stuff.
The chat is on it. They have 24 cups. They're all from the 20th century since 93. And yeah, I want to fay out your trophy is collecting a pension. That was tough. That was tough. Pat Maroon has the cup now 3 years in a row. Blues, Tampa. So early, bro, the night candidate.
Ooh.
Is he a player or coach?
I know I watched the Blues Game 7 win. Only hockey game I've watched on purpose at like length.
I've got a question. Hockey people, congratulations. What do we do with hockey? Like what is the conversation? What's the elevator talk? Like baseball, it's like, they got to stop blacking out the games. They got to promote their players more. What's hockey's like speech? Cuz I don't maybe it's getting older. Maybe we're just too wrapped up in all of this, because there was a stage when, like, playoff hockey was a pretty big factor for me. And same with, like, Jimmer. And Jimmer...
Like, I know a lot of people that, like,
Jim
like
played?
openly are like, I don't watch hockey in the regular season, or, like, don't have a team I like, but, like, I watch the playoffs. They got said about hockey more than any other sport.
Yeah, like, and that's what, I say if there's an OT game, I'm going to flip over to it. But I don't know.
Like last year they were in the bubble, and they was just weirdly like none of the games were ever brought to anyone's attention.
Last year was brutal. I get that,
but that was bad for everybody. Like I think people.
Yeah,
who
the
aren't into
NBA
basketball
had
did
like
the
their
same
lowest
thing.
numbers and stuff. So
like people who do that same routine for basketball, I don't think tuned in.
okay, so a couple Fayao and Michael V in the chat are saying that they're expanded too much.
Isn't there a new expansion team?
Right, the
next year?
Kraken, right? Seattle,
Like getting Seattle involved in stuff.
best sport ruined by the people who run it. I feel like every sport says that.
Yeah, I mean every league like hates their commissioner, but I know,
Yeah.
I know forever they've hated Batman. Like I know his name.
Peter in the chat says hockey is the dopest sport that no one watches, myself included. it's kind of true. Like that's.
I can totally get how it would be someone's thing.
hockey moving back to ESPN and Turner next year might help with the casuals. Yeah, I guess a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I joked a couple weeks ago when I half watched when I flipped for the Islanders overtime game.
Right.
I was like, I did my annual find out what channel NBC Sports is.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Hockey people, I guess let me know. And, this not a joke game of the night. It kind of is the game of the night, but
it is like the sports story.
Yeah, and I don't know. Like I feel more detached from hockey than ever, and I don't want to, and maybe that's a personal thing, and I got to figure that out. Maybe, going to a Rangers game will get me more attached to the Rangers or something. But, yeah, I don't know.
I assume at some point next year that would be on the table.
I don't know. Hey, congrats to Tampa. Back-to-back champs. That's pretty cool whenever that happens.
I think I was on Sports Center this morning. I wasn't on. I was listening to it.
That'd be huge.
and I heard them mention that I think next year they also get back on their normal timeline. I think the NBA is.
Right.
'Cause they're a little delayed now. Last year's Stanley Cup was in
timeline.
November.
And that, I guess that's the thing that, because
October,
I'm sure
it was.
hockey people would tell me the weird divisions and stuff this year because they were still doing that due to COVID. But that doesn't affect my hockey watching. I've never been oh, this is a great Northwestern Conference matchup. I love this. So
Yeah, there's just no chance I'm gonna flip to a regular season game on TV.
yeah,
That won't happen. But the playoff games I usually at least know something's happening even if I don't flip.
yeah.
And I kind of didn't know stuff was happening this year.
Congrats to hockey. Happy for you. I can't really talk about it more because we almost haven't talked about it. Avalanche and Golden Knights are the favorites for 2022.
Nice. I'm guessing the Lightning aren't going to be able to keep the group together or something because they're already
Sounded like they were already over the cap. Who knows, BBD? I got nothing.
Because why else would they not
Why wouldn't they be the
picked to
favorites?
run it
Yeah,
back?
that's a good call. It seems kind of obvious. Hockey people, let us know.
a little bit of the hockey guys get mad nobody talks about hockey, but they kind of get mad if you talk about it wrong, which maybe they would say about baseball people.
Sure. Baseball would send it back too. I don't know. Congrats, guys. Good job in the hockey. BBD, we're going to do and I tweeted about it, we're going to do the NBA All-Star Game for a couple years. They've announced the NBA All-Stars, and then they've done a draft. It's been, Steph LeBron, KD LeBron, Giannis LeBron. Has it always been LeBron?
I think LeBron's been part of every draft.
It's kind of smart. So we're going to do that with the MLB All-Star team. I think we'll do that in a minute. I think we'll check the box with the NBA game. Did you watch the NBA game, BBD?
I watched because the Yankees were 10 o'clock.
Right.
So I watched the first quarter fairly close. And I box score watched the rest. But Giannis played and looked healthy.
Yeah, so that was the big story because everyone thought Giannis was out. And he plays. He puts up 20-17, the one big block. And, yeah, the Suns were the big favorite coming into the series because Giannis was up in the air. But, man, he looks pretty good. He plays 35 minutes. And, I think we were almost – or I said this. Why almost sit Giannis game one if he feels better for game two? Let it rip. But, hey, he looked good.
Yeah.
Last series of the year.
The right choice.
Stay healthy for 6-7 games, and that's the best you can do. For the Suns, Chris Paul, 12 of 19. So efficient for a 6-foot point guard. That's insane. 32 points, 9 assists. DeAndre Ayton, another guy turning heads. I saw people apologizing online I was wrong. 22 points, 19 boards. Again, the Chris Paul effect, I think, is really good for DeAndre Ayton. Booker puts up 27 points. The team as a whole, 25 of 26 from the free throw line. That's a good formula. Meanwhile, the Bucks went 9 of 16. So I saw the Bucks coach Budenholzer was complaining about fouls. I'd assume it's going to level out over the series, but that's a tough look. I mean, when one team gets 25 points via free throw and the other gets 9.
The only guy on their team that missed it was Crowder, who went to the line once.
Yeah.
So everyone who went to the line multiple times made it every time.
And that was Jay Crowder's only point. Jesus. Tough game for Jay.
I was going to say not what he's asked to do. Over 5 from 3.
And-
so he's asked to make one of those.
And if you didn't want, I mean, the game was close through kind of the three into the third. The Suns pulled away. Everyone was like, "Oh, Phoenix Suns! Wow, this team is special. They're different." Snort emoji. And then the Bucks went on a nice little run, scared them. They brought it to within what, like 7 at one point? Was that the closest it got to?
At least within
I guess I could bring that up.
9-ish.
Like it got close enough that people were like, "Flip the channel."
We're like, check it out.
If
There's
you
a couple
went to
minutes
bed,
left.
wake up. So I don't know. Suns win. It's exciting that Giannis is back and he looks pretty good. Chris Middleton, pretty solid game. 29 points, 12 of 26 from the field. Brook Lopez, 7 of 14.
This is the most better. It's not Chris Middleton. The joke we've been making is he either goes 4 for 20 or 16 for 20. 12 for 26.
Levels out. Yeah, that's a solid game.
Met in the middle.
That's a good game. So, game 2 is tonight. Hopefully watching that a little bit. Rumor mill, Cole Tucker is in New York. Pirates are playing the Mets.
Yes.
Would love to try to corner him for the second half of this game, but I doubt that happens. I think, A, he plays professional baseball, which is a big thing for him. And B, I think his girlfriend that a lot of people are familiar with is also in the city. So
They're doing a day.
it could be tough. That could be tough. Tough to squeeze in the little guy who also, on my personal level, I'm supposed to be packing to go to a flight to Buffalo tomorrow morning. So even if I can meet up with Kotuk at 11 p.m., Jess might just kill me.
Not help with packing.
Which
so
is
be up
also
early.
fine.
That's a fine alternative.
Probably be good for her. It'd be huge for the company.
I guess.
Can you
I guess if she
imagine?
can wait till after the All-Star, just because it would screw up our immediate plans.
Yeah. No, I think, again, be a lot of eyes. Suns win. They take game 1. Game 2 tonight. Couple things in play here. If Milwaukee wins, it's kind of, for sports fans, it's like, okay, we're going to have a series. This is exciting. If Suns win, Suns in 4 is alive, which is a nice rallying call. And then you start doing the home thing, like, okay, Suns held their whole court. Will Milwaukee do theirs? So we'll see on that.
Yeah. This isn't like a
Sure.
smart thing. Just
Okay.
the saying people used to try to say. I don't know if people are still pushing it, but the series doesn't start till a team loses at home,
Right.
which was
Classic.
always kind of stupid. But
It's the classic.
Suns
yeah.
win tonight and then win Game 3 in Milwaukee, and that's when the series starts.
Series started, yeah.
Just classic joke.
Yeah. The PMT guys have a lot of fun with that. So that's what's going on in the NBA. There's not other NBA news, right? Is anybody fighting or opting out or anything?
I don't think so. I mean, there's rumors and stuff.
Team
Typically,
USA stuff.
Team USA's I think we see rosters are out and
Yeah.
practices and stuff. I saw the first picture of guys doing suicides in practice.
Not to go full down Alan Rourke, but are we close to Olympics?
I think so.
We're a
it's
couple
in
weeks
the
away,
July
right?
20s, I think, right?
Dude,
I kind of completely forgot in my brain that it was supposed to be last year. So it doesn't feel weird to me that it's
I hate that the soccer tournament and the Olympics are still calling their events 2020. What are we doing? It's not.
we all know it was supposed to be.
And it's also recorded as the worst year ever. Why would you even want to be associated with it? Whatever. Not going to be mad about it. That's what's going on in the NBA. Baseball, BBD, we are a pretty big baseball company. People are talking about that. We're leading into the All-Star break. If you guys have no idea, which is kind of impossible this week, we're going to Denver. We're going to be at the Home Run Derby. We're doing a bunch of events. Everyone's rolling out. Chris Rose, Plouffe, Moylan, Wingert. Joe's McFly, my guy. Keith will be there. Bug, dude. We have like 20 people going. It's a massive event for the company. We're super excited.
First, big thing.
I mean, it's big. It's like big. Our Yankees are hoping to show signs of life. They play Houston this weekend. That's going to be that'll be a hell of a litmus test after they've snuck a couple out against the Mariners, which is fun.
I'm pretty nervous they're going to mail it in today.
Yeah, there's
they
a good.
got their two wins. One was a close one.
There's a chance. I mean, I feel like early in the game we're going to find out. Like, if the Yanks can have another big first inning, like the Mariners will roll over and die. If the Yanks don't, they'll salvage a series, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Any big baseball news? Holy crap. Houston, 5.5 game lead in the West. Did not know that. Little 6-game win streak, 3-game loser from Jokeland. Damn. People, get ready for Houston. Altuve still going nuts.
Are they playing each other right now? I think they're playing each other right now.
That's a good question. That would make sense.
I saw a tweet this morning about Altuve's stats this year against Oakland. Like, he's just gone
4-3. Oakland, you got to win today, man. Jesus. Cheese and rice. NL, Giants can't stop if they wanted to. 54-32. Do they have the most wins? They have the best record in baseball. That's insane. Milwaukee Brewers are going nut job. Brew Crew City.
Ahead.
Cincinnati Reds, how about it? Good for them. They're second in the NL Central with like a little margin.
Do they?
2.5 games. Who's their final series? Brewers. Well, hey, who are they playing?
I'm assuming the two West teams still have the wild card spot.
Hauser, Lauer, Peralta, and Woodruff. So you're not getting Burns. You're getting Woodruff and Peralta, but that's when you're playing 4 games. Man, Cincinnati Reds, that's exciting. Like, you've got 4 games that can, like, alter your season. Miley, Gutierrez, and Castillo. How about the game on Fox? Like, they knew it was going to be important before the season. Maybe all of sports is rigged. I wonder that a lot. Like, way too often for someone that loves sports. That was some weird recap. We're doing Talking Baseball tomorrow. Recap episode. And then we're going to be doing a recap Monday live from Denver in person. Let's hear it for the boys. BBD, I teased it in the title and the tweet and probably should have opened with it because people love this shit and it's like crack for them. But I wanted to show them our hockey analysis, how good we are with that. We had a lot of success. We did Joe's McFly. We did Foolish Baseball. We're going to start doing some more drafts and stuff. It's crack for people. I get it. I love it.
We got a couple ideas for future ones that people will like.
Going to be fun.
Whenever they happen. Well, they'll happen at some point. I don't know how soon. But.
Excuse me. So what we decided to do is MLB All-Star Team. We've been talking about it a lot on Talking Baseball, how A, it's kind of horse crap. Like, if you have a good first half, you're in. B, it's an exhibition, so it doesn't matter at all. C, they start with a popular vote. So if you're well-liked but not the best player, you get in. So the NBA All-Star Game for the past couple years has been doing, like we mentioned, Katie and LeBron. Like, let's, and they draft, and it's like, is LeBron trying to recruit this guy?
This year we had the stuff with the Jazz because they were, Gobert and Mitchell were the last 2
right.
picks. Yeah, sorry, even when you had Stockton and Malone, nobody wanted to play with the Jazz in the video games.
It's true.
Like,
Spider, the Don.
The Jazz had the best record in the regular season this year. So
let's get the Don in New York. What are we doing? We had a chance to draft him.
For it.
Could
have had Bam too.
So what we're gonna do? I think we're gonna do full lineup and DH. we're not going to do a pitcher. All of these guys are elite pitchers, so it's like, who really cares if you're taking Burns or Darvish or Cole or
even if we upped it
it's
to
all the
making
same.
like a 3-man staff. It's like, all right.
Yeah. So
DeGrom, Cole.
So at least with a lineup, you have some speed, power, defense. And I think this is just kind of an interesting exercise because this is a little bit of like, okay, so who do you actually like as the best player in baseball right now?
How much does who's starting reflect whatever?
And so let's do it, like one game, lineup. Best of the best. Let's see. And the other thing, we won't do the injured players, so like that takes out
the guys
Trout.
who are out of this All-Star game are out of here.
Like, if they were the All-Star game that's happening on Tuesday night, if we were doing it NBA All-Star style, we do a draft, pick the teams, that's who's playing. We're just going to do the starting 9. We're not going to do bench and shit.
Yeah.
BBD, I'd say random number generator, but it is quite literally your birthday, which is kind of tough to make an argument against that. So I think you get the first pick.
Yeah, I think I will take the first pick.
Huge.
Are
you team BBD?
think so.
Huge. Team BBD versus Team Bakers, so getting some bias in there early.
Okay, so this is everyone else's team.
No, I'll be Team Wake and Cake. So it'll kind of be a booty team.
All right.
So BBD, you have the board. No pitchers.
No pitchers. Mike Trout is injured.
And yeah, I think it's interesting. I feel like defense might come more into play. We've always had
all these guys can hit.
There's always been kind of a race for catchers. I don't know if you need to. I don't know. Yeah. I don't want to influence anything.
There's a lot of guys that are like, yeah, I'm comfortable with my options
Team
at these spots.
Wake and Cake will give you the honors.
I think it's a position that does have depth, and you're still going to end up with someone you like because also there's 2 teams and we're picking. But
right. This is the best of the best.
I will take Tatis. I think he is just still a step above all the other guys at the position. Offensively, he's damn near 200 OPS plus.
Tatis, man.
He's ridiculous.
He really
with
is,
the missed
dude.
time too, and he's still like is top 3 home run hitter right now. So I will be taking Tatis.
It's like obviously Tatis, swagger, all of it. No, he really is talent-wise above the other shortstops. Like Trey Turner's really nice and racks up stats, but he ain't Tatis. Like
every other shortstop that's available here, you're very happy with.
Obvious, everyone in this game,
because they're all stars.
That's where the elite of the elite comes in. But I mean, Brandon Crawford, really nice. Yeah, solid career, man.
I'm not picking him among this group. Having a great year.
BBD, I think that was a great first pick. I was wondering where this was going to go, but yeah, I mean, Bichette, Correa, they're kind of not in the league. I guess something we should discuss, BBD. Do we want to do funny business? Like if you really wanted Bo Bichette at second base?
I think that we keep it like we did for the international draft. Like they've played there.
Yeah. Okay.
Like they wouldn't be out of place if you stuck them there in a lineup.
Okay. I like that.
I'm not going to play draft judge, put him in left when he hasn't played left. Not that I would.
Yeah.
His defense is really good.
Yeah, I think I peeked at the chat and I didn't want to. But I think they are right. I mean, it's the story of this season, and it's this dude's weekend. And kind of if I let you have both of them, my team already instantly loses. So how often the DH, I'll take Shohei, man. Dude, broke the Japanese record for most home runs in a season.
He's played
Pre-All-Star game.
like 80 games.
Pre-All-Star game. What? Oh my God, what a nut job. I'm excited to see what our lineups actually look by at the end of this as well.
Yes.
Actually,
try to write down.
We'll just go every other BBD. We won't do any wraparound BS. So it's back to you.
Okay. I think I will go get. I'll start my outfield. And again, I feel like there's one guy who is a little above. I'm gonna do a quick scroll. Ronald Acuna.
I love Ronnie, man.
I love him.
I really do. I'll pencil him.
I think he's the
outfielder
clear
for now.
For this exercise, the #1 outfielder here.
I know he's not underrated because when you talk best players of the game, you mention him, but he's incredible, man. Like year in, year out, the stats you can pencil him in for are insane. Insane.
Yep. And he's the ability to play a real center field like that. I think he still mostly does right.
Yeah.
They don't feel bad about it if they move him over.
He's
like Judge. They do that with the Yankees, and because he's a very good right fielder. He can do center. I think Acuna is a plus center fielder.
He's one that, like, if you look for the kids listening, like if you remember Manny Ramirez, you remember big boy Manny Ramirez, middle of the lineup, kind of playing left field. Like, look at young Manny. He's this, like, athletic dude. Like, Ronald Acuna, man, there's going to be a point where he's, like, a thick daddy, and it's going to be nuts. Like, he's already, for a young guy, he's already kind of thick. He's nasty. That's a great pick, BBD. Let me see. I'm looking at the AL starters. Is there someone that stands out? There's someone who half stands out. NL Mickey Mouse League, basically. Does anyone even play in that league? That's kind of rude. I think it's chalk early on. I think I'm... Vladdy. He's been awesome this year. I mean, my positional value feels terrible right now, going first base and DH. Mm-hmm. But Vladdy's okay. I mean, we've taken the 4 young stars of the game. So, hey, that means we're having a good draft.
Okay. Now, if you left him, I think it's where I would have gone. So it's a great pick. It's a sign of a great pick. Trying to think of how this would play out graphically.
Ooh, would be graphics.
Given the year I've had, I think I have to do this.
Nelson Cruz.
I think I have to take JT Realmuto now. But
Okay.
I suppose he's having the better year so far. JT's missed some time with injuries and stuff, a couple little IL stints, I think, but
okay,
he is the best catcher in baseball.
That's a good pick. Yeah. Tough to argue. Realmuto. He's fun, man. When we got to watch the Yankees play Philly, he's just like, he's good. There's no argument around it. And with that, BBD sleigh ride. The other thing that's part of this draft to a degree, I think the only thing that gets somewhat clear, or we're fighting over, is the outfield, because without funny business rules. There's another guy who jumps out as a freak talent, and he plays for our Yankees, Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge will be playing right field, and Daddy's liking the meat of his lineup right now.
I'm very happy for you.
Thank you. It's a very friendly birthday draft.
I think I will also go to an outfield spot. I will also take my right fielder. I will take Juan Soto, please.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
My first lefty hitter, which is cool.
Dude, I know MLB, there's a lot of moving parts, and whoever it was going to be sucked, but matching up Ohtani and Soto in the first round, like...
That's tough. They should have tried.
You got a chance. Like, this is
I
going.
didn't think they were gonna put out like the seeding already, because usually it's like day of. I think they just seed it by who has the most homers.
Yeah. This weekend is a bit. All-Star weekends are, the MLB likes to make money, but they also want to make a memory. They showed a highlight from it the other night. 2001 at Safeco was Cal Ripken Jr.'s last All-Star game, and it was Cal Ripken's weekend. Like, everything was Cal. His first at-bat, he homered, and, everything was Cal Ripken. This weekend is going to be Ohtani's weekend. Everything is going to be Ohtani. The fact they matched him up with Soto in the first round. What are you doing? Like, that's the dude. Like, Soto will and wants to beat him. Like
I guess it does guarantee that they get matched up.
How do you not put, like, I don't want to be rude to Salvi Perez, but
I don't think anyone's picking him to win this.
That
thing.
seems like your Ohtani first-round matchup. Good pick, BBD. Love Soto. I think he's going to have a huge second half. I think his baseball savant page is off the map.
His numbers are still like really fucking good. I think he's got like close to a 140, if not over that OPS plus, and it feels like he hasn't done anything yet.
It's off the map, man.
He's off the map, and he's been a plus defender in right field on like
he's been good.
Stuff.
He's been good.
Like everyone was worried he was gonna be like a career DH by 30.
Right.
It's me stealing a foolish.
Yeah,
tweet.
foolish tweet. I saw that. Credit.
But like it's true. People were worried about it that he like can't defend, and he's like at least capable.
Yeah.
And he's been plus so far this year, moving to right. And he has played left if I decide to get a guy who has played a lot of right later, so there's just options.
So I'm between
There's a couple positions that are on the table for both of us.
Yeah. And there's really good options either way. It's kind of a can't lose. Yeah. I think what I'm going to do, because now that we've done a few drafts, a couple of these guys have showed up on different pages. People might not love it. I'm going Altuve. Altuve's going nuts, man. He's like back. He's like fully back. And like as much as I love Ozzy Albies, which I don't want to force your hand, Simeon's going nuts. There's other second basemen too, but like when Altuve's right, it's amazing.
Yeah,
he's my size.
He and Albies are both little guys. I don't know if that's where I'm gonna go yet, but
yeah,
it's certainly not with this pick.
Isn't that funny?
But yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good pick.
Thank you.
As between him and the guy I think I'm going to select here. With my pick, I will go to third base. You kind of can't go wrong with any of these guys. But his glove is so good, and so I will take Nolan Arenado. He feels like he's having, we said it on here a few weeks ago, he's having kind of a 2018 Stanton type year where it's like he's good.
Adjusting
he's
to
not
the new
quite
team.
being Nolan Arenado yet.
New division.
But also, like, Tatis, the only concern is that, like, can he ever be, like, a plus defender? I think he's mostly fine, but he's prone to errors. So pairing him up with Arenado,
I like that.
Kind of perfect for me.
I like that. I was kind of doing the same mental debate.
That would have been kind of my same justification if I drafted Altuve right now.
Went one way with it. I think what I have to do, and it's so crazy. Like, East Coast bias is a thing. And once you leave it, you're just kind of in a different world. Like, people go to sleep. I'm gonna take Mookie Betts.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Poppy.
Be your center fielder?
Yeah, I think right now he's in center. We'll see how the rest of the draft goes, but Mookie Betts. Now his name is just forever sillified in my brain. Great baseball player.
Betts.
BBD, back to you. You have Tatis, Acuna, Real Muto, Soto, and Arenado.
Do I go with... There's kind of one position left that we both need an outfielder.
Sure.
So the smart strategy would say go pick my outfielder now. We both won away. So I think I'll do that. I'll take Cedric Mullins.
Ooh, I like
Having
it.
a good year.
I like
young,
it.
room for growth. I would like another lefty in my lineup.
Yeah.
And he's having a really good year. I can kind of play all three of those outfielders at any position, so whatever the audience thinks is best.
Sure.
I'm going to go get him.
He's having a crazy year. It's
Like
kind
from opening
of
day, he's just rolled.
like with Ohtani being a story and even Vladito and the Orioles just still sucking, but Cedric Mullins has been
Bright spot of all bright spots.
one of the best players in baseball this year. So that's a good pick. That's a good pick, BBD. You've got a DH slot, too, so you can kind of put whoever you want in there, which is interesting. I did that with my first pick, which... Whatever.
You can pitch him.
It was a move. It was a move.
He's a number one there.
All right, so what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to go with... I'll double-check the pool, but I think I've got my guy, especially, I'm trying to balance my lineup as much as possible. Big balance guy. Wish the Yanks would have a little more of that. I'm going to take friend of the pod, Jesse Winker, and play him in left field.
I like that.
Needed another lefty.
I wasn't gonna have him.
Needed another lefty.
Exercise.
And he can hit. All he does is hit. And I'm going to Buffalo this weekend. He's from Buffalo. Easy.
Okay, I mean now we're basically we can take the guys we want. You aren't gonna be able to take an outfielder, put him in. So I guess the gamesmanship, because this guy can play a few different positions. I'm taking Max Muncy, and I'm going to put him at first base. Okay. He's having a good year.
I was very interested to
Walks
see
a lot.
between
a lot of people are saying he's the biggest. Like, he should be starting.
Right.
That isn't starting.
I was interested to see where you went with Muncy and Freddie, because it's an interesting debate. Muncy has outplayed him, but everyone loves Frederick.
I am surprised. I guess Freddie made it as a starter fan vote, so that makes sense. Because I know he's hit into a lot of bad luck. Like his BABIP stuff is stupid because his hard hit numbers are all there.
Right.
It hasn't translated. So just, it's a little bit of tie goes to who's having the better results this year, even though Freeman's doing well. But baseball.
BBD. So.
And in theory, you could have picked him to play third if you really wanted him. So.
Sure. We, in the middle of this draft, there was kind of a second base, third base, because everything kind of ends up being pretty similar. Between Arenado, Altuve, or if you took Simeon, or if you took the third baseman I'm about to take. I'm taking Jose Ramirez. I fucking love him, man. Switch hits. He's just nasty. And, watch, he's going to end up being, top 5 AL MVP again. Because he just does that. And I love him. Switchy. See where he ends up in my lineup. Excited to do a lineup thing after this, BBD.
Yeah. If you ever needed him, you can throw him to second.
Dude,
I think
Jose Ramirez is a true do anything.
Yeah.
If Jose Ramirez was my 2-hitter, 9-hitter, 5-hitter, you're just like, oh yeah, that guy's kind of gross. And I know we're talking all-stars and stuff, but still,
Yep.
That's the Trevor Plouffe said it about Jose Abreu. He's like, in any game Jose Abreu plays, he's one of the best players on the field. Yeah. And same with Jose Ramirez. Same with a lot of these guys, but also kind of not. I don't know.
The guy by the end of his career, if he never gets an MVP, will be
I guess
the guy we look back on and are surprised it never happened for him.
I guess there's a lot of guys you can point at and be like, if Jesse Winker has an 0 for 4, which a lot of guys in baseball do, he's probably not impacting the game in any other way. Like, Jose Ramirez plays defense. If he gets on with the fielder's choice, he's got speed and stuff. Like, he's
opposing managers can't play matchup stuff with him 'cause
good.
he's a switch hitter.
It's just, he's he's baseball proof.
They're not going to be able to find their lefty lane on you because
And
he's up.
I'd take an Arenado and a lot of the other stuff. So,
Yeah.
it's time for him to be Team BBD.
I would have been I would have liked to have Jose Ramirez. I kind of forgot about him a little bit, which is the story of Jose Ramirez's life. I don't regret the Arenado pick at all, and his defense is plus, which
He's
was
nasty.
the whole thought process there.
amazing.
He's really good. I don't have to justify him.
You're up, BBD. You need what? Second
I need
base?
second base and DH.
And DH. Those are your final two? Okay.
I'm gonna think a little bit on the second base spot, and I will take. I'm gonna take Michael Brantley and make him my DH.
I like that.
Different offensive profile from
Yeah.
anyone else here.
Yeah.
We can get him into the outfield if we need to. Acuna needs a day because I guess he's penciled into center field right now. I guess that's technically Mullins, whatever.
Sure.
But Brantley's just like, that dude just hits.
Yeah. Always.
Like we've talked a lot about like DJ LeMay the last couple years. Like he just goes and hits. And this year he took the step back and Brantley pretty much mirrored him. Like
Yeah.
DJ's been the A+ version of that for 19 and 20. Brantley was at least like the A- version of that.
Yeah. That would be.
And he's much better this year. He's an all-star.
I
DJ,
wonder
isn't
what
he?
the way to quantify it is. Or maybe I'll. So I did a thing with Foolish Baseball, and he said the audio is no good. So disaster. Did about an hour. I wonder if there's a way to do something along these lines, but just guys like Brantley and DJ and maybe Jose Ramirez versus like the pure power dudes and like sim that. I don't know. I'll think about it. He's probably listening right now. Naked. Good pick, BBD. I need a catcher and I need a shortstop. See, this might be where things get a little tough for my team. So I've got Correa. The shortstops, I've got Correa, Bichette, Brandon Crawford, and Trey Turner. I'm taking Trey Turner. I love Trey Turner. Done. And that
numbering
leaves-
system got completely off.
That leaves your second baseman, BBD.
Yes, I'm double checking.
He's double checking.
I want to check some defensive stuff.
Ooh.
Okay. I will select for my second base position. Part of me wanted to go Albies, but I will take Marcus Semien.
It's been awesome.
He's been awesome.
Awesome.
Albies is a quality defender
Yeah.
at second base. Marcus Semien is 95th percentile. That's above average this year because he's a shortstop playing second base for a year.
That's called analytics, people.
And I don't need to prioritize balance as much right now because I got a bunch of lefties and stuff, so I'm comfortable with Semien. Having him at the bottom of my lineup, where
Yeah.
I think he'll line up.
That's what I think I just did with Trey Turner. I like that rollover. Double
he'll be-
lead off.
He's been leading off for the Jays mostly, but he's a guy who in this lineup gets it if he's in the bottom of this order. It's not going to be upset about it. I like that.
I like that. I thought catcher would be more of a discussion, but the dude kind of forced my hand. And it's Kyle Schwarber. No, illegal. Hurt. Doesn't play catcher anymore. It's Buster Posey. He's having a great year.
He's having a great year.
And he's like, dude's got MVPs in the bag.
Yeah.
Like Buster Posey's
For
gross.
one game, he could do a lot worse.
He
Like, yeah, maybe if you're starting a team, he's pretty old for him to be the catcher.
I wonder if
But
I wonder where his WAR lands and all that stuff. But if the Giants win the NL West, Buster Posey's the MVP of that team, right?
Probably.
I don't know.
Certainly, he's the positionally most valuable.
There's a really good sports discussion there.
If he can get another playoff run.
Like, look at the rest of the Giants team. They win the NL West, if they do. But look at all the best players on the Dodgers. That's going to be fun. I'm rooting for them.
Yeah.
I'm rooting.
He gets another playoff run, and then all of a sudden this team is kind of competitive, and they can be adding to this and stay competitive the next few years. We thought they were probably going to sell off this year and try to build up for maybe a year or two from now, fully doing it. But they're good enough now. You can add to it and stay competitive. So he has like 4 more years of being able to be on a part of a competitive team. And he'll probably getting the DH soon.
Right.
So he can...
I was just going to say, DH.
You can DH him twice a week, or go into first, belt DH him, whatever, whoever you've got. I don't know who their team's going to be in 2 years, but
What, BBD, I know this is
Leader
kind of
stuff.
tough because it's on the fly. Do you have any idea of your lineup composition?
I'm trying to start that right now.
Okay.
Probably. I think I've got how I'm going to do this.
Okay.
I want to kind of write it out though. So if
Yeah.
you have thoughts on your own
I think I'll go. I think I've got it. I think I'm gonna go with Altuve leading off. People hate that off the bat, and that's fine. I'm gonna go with Ohtani second. Go Tani. I'm gonna go Vladdy third because he's awesome. Vladito. I will go with. Do I just want to go as balanced as possible? Let's go with. Do I want to put Jose Ramirez or Winker here? I think I'm going Jose Ramirez, which is kind of dumb, but I also love it. And then I will go Aaron Judge. So I'm keeping balance. I will go Jesse Winker after Judge. I will then go... Fuck, I don't have Mookie yet? Okay, never mind. God, this is tough. How do you do this?
All right, I have mine.
All right, what's your lineup, BBD? Because I'm struggling right now.
Where I went first, I have Acuna leading off. He's in right field for now, but kind of all my outfielders can play any of the spots. So Acuna batting first, right field. Soto batting second in left field, where he's mostly played in his career. I would
Sure.
assume that he's learned outfield now, and he can go
He's
back
got
to left
it,
field and
yeah.
be fine again. Tatis batting third. I have Muncy fourth,
Ooh.
breaking up. Ooh, I'm gonna make a switch.
Switch.
This I will put Brantley fourth to break up my righties and
Ooh.
be kind of just a different profile on base
Yeah.
stuff.
New age cleanup.
Then Arenado. Then this is where I'll put Muncy
Okay.
sixth at first base. 7 JT Realmuto. Simeon in the 8-hole. Mullins 9.
Ooh, I like
I'm
that.
gonna say he's the fastest guy on my team. Double
Turn it
leadoff
over.
stuff.
Colin Simeon. Yes, sir.
And I get righty lefty, righty lefty, righty lefty, righty righty lefty. So I'm a little split proof.
Yeah, I guess that's what I've stumbled into here is I think I have to double up a couple righties. Let me get it down on paper. Do I even have
Simeon's
9 guys?
part of.
One, two-
I knew I was gonna have to stack at some point, and if Simeon's part of my righty stack, I think I can live with that.
Okay. So I'm going Altuve batting leadoff. Ohtani DHing batting second. Vladito playing first, batting fourth. You know what? I'm gonna have Judge clean up. I'll go back-to-back righties. I don't care. Those are two big old boys. It's a little old school, but that's who I am. I will go Jose Ramirez fifth. I will go Jesse Winker sixth. Actually, I'll slide Winker down a spot, so I'll get a little more balance. I will do Mookie. Mookie's the one that's driving me nuts right now.
Where do you?
Like, wherever I put Mookie Betts is going to be
gonna be-
disrespectful. So I'm going second base Altuve, DH Ohtani, first base Vlad, right field Judge, third base Jose Ramirez, center field Mookie Betts, left field Jesse Winker, catching Buster Posey, and at shortstop Trey Turner for the double leadoff. Team BBD is going Ronald Acuna Jr., Juan Soto, Fernando Tatis, Michael Brantley DHing, and Arenado at third, Muncy at first, Real Muto catching, Simeon at second, and Cedric Mullins. We'll probably get Kyle graphics on this. This might be a good JM Media clips vid that we can try to put out. Or maybe we should put it on here. I don't know how the internet works.
Probably the full
This kind of
thing
has
should
been the
clip
episode.
out.
I guess we
Yeah.
should link it or something.
Yeah.
We'll see. That was kind of fun.
Yeah. I think maybe I would swap Mookie and Altuve if I were you. If you're trying to find the Mookie spot, I think it's easier to justify Altuve 6. than
So
Mookie.
that's what
I
I'm.
mean, you obviously can't go wrong.
But I think Altuve's having a better year, right?
yeah, like Mookie.
And Altuve.
Mookie's being Mookie. Mookie's good.
It's kind of the same thing, but Altuve, when Altuve's leading off, he strikes more fear in me than Mookie. I know Mookie's going to do something good, but it's like
Altuve can rip your heart out just immediately.
Yes, and I guess that's what I'm going for. Let's see. Altuve, 286, 370, 879 OPS. He's got 19 homers. What's Mook Man doing? Mookie, he's not having a Mookie year.
Yeah.
246, 350. Okay, so
Yeah. He had a little back thing at one point.
and
So he missed,
the number,
10 games.
the numbers will be back for Mook Man.
You're not worried about Mookie not helping you.
We'll get some graphics out. These graphics are Kyle's favorite thing in the world, so we'll do that.
Is he?
All right.
Is he here today? Do we know that?
I don't know. We'll find out. So cool. Hope you guys enjoyed that. That was if the MLB did the NBA All-Star Draft,
Yeah.
kind of.
Their format. Yep.
Good.
Yeah, we could. I guess the twist to this would have been if we wanted to make it literally the full episode. I guess we could have made a 3-man pitching rotation or something.
Yeah, if you do it as a series or something. I kind of
Yeah.
like it. The MLB could make this twist instantly.
Yeah.
The NBA did.
Yeah, I mean you can.
This
if you
could
ju-
actually
You can
happen.
also just do a position player group, then just do your pitchers all in one thing.
MLB should do this.
Be an option.
This is literally why the NBA did this.
Yeah.
Because that draft gets watched and everybody goes, oh my God, he picked him. Oh my God, he picked
Easy
him.
way to get looks. I guess the rosters are big, so it's just logistically kind of hard.
Matty Ice in the chat. I know what you're thinking. You said no Bogarts and no Devers. And that's tough. That's tough. Devers could have easily been in this. I think Bogarts is up against it a little bit. But Devers has a conversation with Jose Ramirez and Arenado. But again, I do think defense was a little at a premium.
Defense that and Devers has, I think, become plus defense. I haven't looked.
He's
at
been
metrics.
solid. He's been solid.
You don't think about it. I don't think anymore.
And that's the
I
thing.
wanted him, but
Every-
I couldn't pair him with Tatis.
Everybody who got snubbed here, is literally an all-star. So, you can make a pretty easy argument for Freddie Freeman. You can make a pretty easy argument for, Joey Gallo's been going absolutely nut job. He's a freak.
Plus defender at all three.
If you're
outfield
doing all
spots.
freaks, that guy's a freak of freaks.
Bryant goes undrafted, and he has versatility and stuff, which maybe is what scared us away.
Matt Olson has a conversation with any first baseman this year. Castellanos could have easily been
For
on
2 years,
either
one of the
team.
best hitters.
Ozzy, that's when you're drafting all-stars
Yeah, all these guys, you become all stars because you can hit, and we
because they're the best.
kind of prioritize defense a little bit
Man,
for our purposes.
so who would have been the MLB captains this year? Ohtani and Tatis? You're
think-
telling me people wouldn't? What? That would be nuts.
I think Vladdy had the most votes in total. I thought I saw something about that. And even if that's who it is,
Vladdy and
Also
Tatis drafting teams.
also good.
MLB, I'm in. So that was that. I think we've been running a little bit. Starting to be mad I opened with hockey because that was a lot of fun. Either way, good. And BBD, let's keep it moving because we're kind of running. So thank you guys, Bakers. Wow, last talking baseball. Huge ep. How about it?
Whoa.
Last Wake and Jake, also huge ep. Bakers, we're up to 3.12 subs. If you're listening to this, please subscribe. Why not? Lets you know when we're doing something fun. Last episode, what did we talk about? We did some All-Star snubs. Joey Chestnut. My God, that feels a month ago. Joey Chestnut
Monday.
feels like it was a goddamn month ago.
He was Sunday, but we talked about it Monday.
You know, Tobias Allman with some D-back stats since the Jake Terry Lavello meeting. Nobody cares about that because we play for rings in the desert. Ren Ben Kanan. Best show channel theme song since Wide World of MF and Sports. Thanks, Unky Jakey. Appreciate that. Oh, yeah. I asked if anyone had a something similar to the United States hot dog eating contest, and a couple comments no on that. And then Thomas Gallo with some nice words. Hands down best channel with 3.1k subs. So let's pump that up, baby. Let's keep pumping those numbers.
Let's be the best with 3.2.
Bake the algorithm. You know, grab one of your friends who's bored as shit at work today and draft your own MLB All-Star team. Like, why not? Oh, BBD, I forgot. I'll tell you after this. My sister had $1 million idea last night, so we're rich.
Done.
So that's huge. So thank you, everyone who's been listening. Bakers, you guys are the absolute best. We have fun. We talk sports. That's kind of all I was looking for. BBD, that brings us to the brew of the night. And since it's your birthday and you have it written in the sheet, you go first.
Do I have something written in the sheet that might be left over?
That could be
and I
old.
have no idea what I want to say.
Okay, so then no, you're
Yeah, that's
good.
left over from last week. Or
Um,
last step.
My bro of the night goes to the Tampa Bay Lightning GM for convincing their best player to not play all year so they could go over the salary cap.
Bang.
Actually, you know what? I want this in the ether. It's pretty known. The show's name was Wake and Jake, which has some connotations to it. The Shikari stuff sucks so bad. Like, that girl is a star of stars. Let her run.
She can be
She's currently
so
not
good
going
for
right
that-
now.
For that sport?
She's not going right now, right?
I don't believe so. She's like left off the relay team too, right?
Yeah, they didn't even select her, which would have been totally separate from everything else. Like, that is the biggest case of what are we doing? And that dumb people run the world. Like, that's so stupid.
We just
So
run
stupid.
things based on precedent, even when precedent is effing stupid.
I'm honestly hoping at this point that they're doing it as marketing, and like a week before the Olympics, they're going to be like, she's going.
We decided to let her go.
I honestly hope that's what it is at this point. Because if not, like, what the hell are we doing? And, I want to give a mini shout out. So Shikari is going to share it with the Tampa Bay Lightning GM. And I got a very cool follow for me last night. Joey Molinaro.
Oh.
So I've always loved impressionists and entertainers. Joey's awesome. He kills it. If I can ever do something dumb with him and Ben Polizzi, who they do shit
You
with,
can do your Gruden
I
thing.
think before. I think a little while back, I think I DM'd Ben Polizzi, his Italian-looking counterpart. I was like, if you ever need a short, fat cousin for a skit, let me know. So maybe I'll follow up on that. So, BBD, those are my triple bro of the night. In a way.
That's great.
Thank you.
I'll give brother night to Kyle Tucker.
Ooh.
Having a good year last night. A go-ahead homer in the 7th inning to devastate Oakland.
I like that. Kyle Tucker. He's like
And we did the NBA stuff kind of already, so.
It's like a goddamn bonus piece on that team. It doesn't make sense. They're good.
I straight up forget about him all the time, and he might be having the best like overall season.
Like there's teams where
Or a
he's
guy like-
best player.
Yeah.
He's the
They got
best
best
player.
overall season, but the guy they're like happiest with about his season, if that makes sense.
Huge. We are watching some NBA playoffs tonight. Hopefully.
Yanks at 4.
Hopefully it's a good game. Let's root for a good game. Kind of don't care the outcome, I've decided. Yanks. And then we're watching John Boy Media try to get to the All-Star game.
Yeah.
Dan Rourke's first flight. So we will be watching that. We'll be watching that.
You guys will probably be watching it next week.
Thank you, everybody. I hope I enjoyed this. Happy birthday, BBD. Tweet at him. Big Baby David. So much stuff on John Boy Media. Mansplain baseball. I saw them mansplain hockey. I might need to start watching that more regularly. Compound, Ian Happ, Pinstripe Strong, JJR yesterday, Sequence, Talking Nets, Talking Baseball, Chris Rose Rotation, all of it. The breakdown, Cedric Mullins today. Look at that. Let's go. Thank you.